So we got a 2000 something Honda Civic replacing the CV axle, both sides. Got the rim cover off, lug nuts, size 19. Gotta get this axle nut off next. Front wheel drive axle nut, axle lock nut socket set. It's a size 32. We're gonna zap this off. Okay, then we're gonna thread this back on a few threads, give it a whack. And that is out, it's not seized, which is a good thing. Yep, sweet. Okay, then down here we got 3 bolts that go to the ball joint. We're gonna remove those. All right, so after you get those 3 bolts out, you pretty much can push this down and then move this out. So now we should be able to get this axle somewhat out. I don't know if I can show you on video. Let's see, so I can push this. Yay! But there, it's out there. Now we gotta get it out from the transmission. Alrighty, so now we're gonna pry on the CV axle. Let's see if I get it anywhere. Right up there. Pry on this thing. You gotta, we can do this the easy way or we can do this the hard way. If you threaten it, it will come out easier. Sometimes these can be real seized. Sometimes the pry bar just won't work, but we threatened it. And by threatening your CV axle, saying, listen here, buddy, we can do this the easy way or the hard. Oh. Okay, so it's putting up a little bit of a fight. Listen here, bud. I said, get out. Ooh. They don't want me to break out the big. Nice solid come out. Okay, apparently it didn't like being threatened. Oh, man. Nope. Gonna have to break out the big one. So after you threaten the CV axle and it doesn't want to come out, break this thing out. It thinks I'm playing around. About to show it who's boss. Let me get this. Is the setup. This is called the CV axle killer. This gets out any stuck CV axle. Let me set it up inside there to get it out. No. They make this a pain to get this tool up in here, but because this CV axle on this passenger side on the Civic is very long. See, it's on. Now, you need 2 hands for this, but pretty much you work that back on there. And then you come down here and you know how a slide hammer works. And with a couple quick jerking motions, like that, she's out. Come here. Alrighty, so next we can pair new part to old part. Make sure it matches the same. If it's slightly off, it won't work. but everything else is the same. We might have to try it. So then you're gonna slide it back in the hole, the transmission, and then you just give it a few. And then you're gonna move it with your hand, line it up, give it a few whacks until it's seated, and you'll be able to crawl into there and see where it sits flush. The next thing to do is work the axle back into the wheel bearing hole, put the wheel bearing nut on, and then your last 3 bolts at the bottom.